Hey everybody, hope you're all doing well. My name is Steven and this is the Storytime channel. Today we have some I Don't Work Here Lady stories, and our first story of the day is by Kingos. Woman just screams, hit an officer and tries to run just because she thinks I work in the kiosk. A little context. I work as a federal officer in a state capital. Save that information. And for that, I always go on a trip to a beach in the month of March because it's my vacation month and it's not so far for a trip, making it very easy to find a house to rent. I don't know if the other countries are like that, but here we can rent a house for some days or weeks only for trips and stay. It's cheap and more private than a hotel. On that trip, I was with my girlfriend, who I will call here GF because my creativity is so bad that I can't think of a name by now. My friend from work, who will be Miss Guy because he only arrives in the place on the next day, and the sister of my girlfriend, who will be SG. P.S. This happened last year before this corona thing. Now to the story. I was just chilling, waiting for my girlfriend and her sister to come back while I'm playing a match of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. She did look like a Karen on the first sight. The blonde hair, the black glasses, and the noise she makes with their bratty kids. She was trying to put the sunscreen on the kids, maybe they were 6 or 8, I don't know because I really don't want to know anything about them, who were screaming for not being able to go into the water as soon as they came in. I was a little annoyed because they were really close to me, but I just get up and go close to the water after I lost the match. Don't judge, I'm awful in a game that doesn't have guns. 2, look close on the sea and try and find my girlfriend when I feel something touch my shoulder. When I turn around, the mother was a little close to me and this conversation happened. In Portuguese, I say, "Hi, can I help you?" The entitled mother says, "What? Stop speaking Spanish with me and talk like a normal person." Me, trying not to take that too personally, "Sorry, miss, and it's Portuguese, not Spanish, but again, how can I help you?" "Little rude, don't you think? Well, can you please grab some tables for me and my kids? We want to sit and eat something." "Lady, I think you just judged something wrong. I don't work here." Now think about it. I am a black man, large with some muscles and a tribal tattoo on my back and a face of some kind of gangster. I don't think I am the most nicely looking guy to work with people, but somehow she just gets from nowhere that I work there. But later I find out the reason. When I was about to get yelled by not doing my work, my girlfriend shows up. Girlfriend says in Portuguese, "Is everything okay here?" I reply in Portuguese, "Yes, babe, she just confused me as one of the boys who work in the kiosk." The entitled mother then breaks out just for no reason. "What did I just tell you about speaking that language with your customer?" I say, "Miss, here is another country. Maybe we are the same continent, but not the same country. And my girlfriend doesn't know English." And I just say that, "I don't work here." "What do you mean by not know English? She is just too stupid to learn a simple language?" At that point, I am mad. See, I don't care if you're going to assault me, beat me up, even shoot me, but man, don't be a jerk with my girlfriend. Look, if you're going to talk crap about her, maybe you should go and freak yourself hard enough to maybe develop a functional brain and start to know that this is another place. How rude. The entitled mother goes away and my girlfriend hugs me, because from what I heard from her, I was pure anger and wanting a head. After a few minutes pass, the entitled mother comes back with the manager of the kiosk. "Him, the black guy with the glasses." The manager says, "Miss, I don't think he..." The entitled mother just cuts him off like freak that information, saying, "He was rude with me and just tells me to freak myself. Is that the way you train your staff?" The manager says to me in Portuguese, "Man, you really told her to freak herself?" I just nod, saying, "You better bet your butt." The manager says, "Lady, I can't fire him." Entitled mother, looking a little more red, "Why not?" "Because he doesn't work here, lady." The entitled mother is now furious. I think she has a brain that only works when people say yes to her, and when things don't happen as she wants, she just freaks out. "What do you mean by that? You're really trying to save your lazy employee? You all
Yes, she said the N-word.
Are all the same."
Now, remember when I said I was a federal officer? So that came really handy because this story got nuts. The manager was trying to calm her down, but she just screamed and screamed like a banshee with another banshee on a call. It was so loud that it called the attention of two officers who were doing their patrol among the beach. The officers tried to speak to her, but she was just mad and going in my direction and trying to hit me with a slap, and my only reaction is to throw her down and make an immobilization move. She just screamed, "Assault!" and that I was trying to abuse her. The officers were ready to take me away in the patrol car when I pulled out my badge. The woman saw the cops doing nothing and go pale when they tell her what I do for a living, then tries to make some excuses like, "It's a fake badge and this N-word again, can't be an officer." She ended handcuffed as the two kids were crying about how the evil man hurt their mama. As a result, I gain free fries for the trouble and gain a story to tell. Well, I guess at least you got some free fries out of it. Let me ask you guys, do you think OP maybe should have mentioned that they were a federal officer or tried pulling out their badge earlier just to see if maybe it would shut the entitled mother up? Or do you think the way OP did handle it was the right way to go about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Our next story is by Joseph C. 007. She thought I was a Dominoes employee, then thought I was fooling around. Back when I worked at Food Lion, long ago, I went to visit a friend at Dominoes and give him a ride home. This day I was technically off, but wore khakis and a blue shirt since I worked at Food Lion and was called in. It was a Saturday night, so you know it was crazy busy, and this was before the advent of constant online ordering, so you were stuck to the phone. He had to stay a little late and I had to use the bathroom, so the manager let me in the back to use it. While I was walking to the front, a lady that was waiting in the front got up and said to me, "Where is my darn pizza at?" I said, "Whoa, lady, that was uncalled for, but they will check on it for you." She got even madder and said, "I've been waiting for over 30 minutes and you guys still didn't make my freaking pizza." I just flat out told her, "Look, lady, I know you are upset, but I don't work here either way. I am not gonna let you yell at me about a pizza." She continued to fuss about why I was near the back then and something was wrong with the business and she is going to report them. The manager just said that they will give her the money back at this point because now she is yelling. I ended up walking past her and they threatened cops, so she left right behind me. She was still fussing at this point, going to her car. I can understand the confusion seeing somebody in khakis and a blue shirt and a Domino's behind the counter. That said, you should be able to understand that it's Saturday, it's a very busy day for a pizza place, and it's going to take a bit to get your food. 30 minutes on a busy night isn't even that outlandish. And as OP said, that's before online ordering was a thing, so all the orders had to be called in and taken down by hand over the phone. It just takes a bit some days. Our next story is by Little Miss Bunny Woman. "You're Asian, you have to work here." Well, I told this story to a few people in a chat group I am in and they think I should share it. A small bit of background, I am a 29-year-old Vietnamese-born Canadian woman living in the Toronto area. One of my close friends owns a nail spa and salon I go to often, mostly because I like to be pampered once in a while, and having a friend who owns a place just makes sure you know you're going to get good treatment. Well, this takes place in the waiting room of her salon. For context, the waiting room was completely separate from the rest of the business. It was at the front of the shop. You have to go through a door to get to the spa part. They have a lot of nails and mostly everything a spa would have. The owner is Chinese. For context, she speaks English and Cantonese. This is relative to the story. This is also pre-2020. I had just gotten to the shop and just spoke to my friend and it was a super slow day. Maybe 2 people working, the owner and 1 employee. I was told to wait in the lobby, and of course I do. After about 5 minutes, Karen walks in, plunks herself down in a chair 2 seats away from me, and grabs a magazine. Not even 5 minutes of waiting, the Karen grabs my attention with an "excuse me." I look up from my phone and say, "Yes?" They say, "How much longer is it going to be?" I don't have a clue, so I say, "Sorry, I don't know," and go back to my phone. After about another minute or 2, I hear in a very Karen-y tone, "Excuse me." I once again look up from my phone and say, yes? Karen says, "Can you stop playing with your phone and book me in? I am in a hurry, I need my nails done now." I say, I don't work here." To which Karen replies, yes you do. Why else would you be in an Asian nail salon? And well, I said, what the freak is wrong with you, witch? I am here for the same reason you are. To get my nails done, you know? The same reason you're here, and you don't need to witch me out for waiting in a waiting room in a salon in a red dress, obviously not dressed to work in a place like this. I give out a nice big eye roll, suck my teeth, and sit back down and go back to my phone. About another minute goes by, and my friend comes out and says, Jade, we're ready for you now, come on back. The Karen stands up and starts to walk to the door. My friend immediately knew she was trying to steal my spot and said, sorry, I was calling my friend over there. The Karen was like, no, it's my appointment. Well, it didn't work the way she wanted. My friend told her to take a seat and she will be right back. On the way back, I told my friend exactly what happened. Speaking in Cantonese, I say I am multilingual and I ask her to not serve her. I even told her I would pay double for her to not serve her. My friend was like, nah, don't worry, I got you, my friend. Goes back out to help Karen. Also remember, it was a very slow day. My friend asked her how she can help, and the Karen said I need my nails done, and my friend asked if she had an appointment. She didn't. My friend said, unfortunately, we have no openings today. You're welcome to wait for a cancellation. The Karen did. Karen was still in the waiting room when my hour-long appointment finished. My friend later called me that night and said she waited 2 hours before she finally left in a huge huff. So it goes to say, if you want something, don't be racist, don't be a witch, because it will come back to bite you in the butt. Originally, I was gonna say that this Karen definitely deserved to get kicked out right away and probably banned, but honestly, wasting 2 hours of their time is probably better than them getting outright banned. And then in the future, you can silently ban them after they already left and wasted their time. And our final story of the day is by LVU Heather, Somewhat Wholesome Story. Sorry, there are no Karens or fights. I was absent-mindedly pumping my gas at the gas station, and a guy in a white Impala backs his car up behind mine to the next pump. He had Indiana plates, so they stuck out from the ugly orange New York plates. He comes up to me and hands me a $50 bill and says fill it up and goes into the store. Now, about me. I am not a petite little girl. I am 5'7" and 200 plus pounds. That day, my middle of my back hair was curled to perfection, and I had a full face on, lashes and all. I was wearing a black pencil skirt and a dark blue jacket with my favorite heels. So me being me, I finished pumping my gas and started pumping his. I know all the employees there and the manager. I get about $20 in and the guy comes running out of the store yelling stop. The manager is 4 steps behind him, laughing hysterically. He started yelling at me for not telling him I was not an employee. I let him get his part out and looked him in the eye and asked him what harm was done. He sputtered about making women do a man's job and not paying attention. I had to laugh at that point, which upset him. I told him I see nothing wrong with doing a good deed for someone. I was in a good mood and ahead of schedule, which is a rarity for me, being ahead of schedule. This guy turned 14 shades of red and asked to pay for my gas, which I declined. He kept apologizing even though I said it was not a big deal. He said he doesn't normally throw cash at women, turning even more shades of red. This poor man kept digging his own grave the more he spoke. Eventually, he left and all the employees laughed at the guy. Well, at least the guy was pretty obviously embarrassed about the whole coincidence, so it obviously wasn't a case here of him being, I guess, sexist as he was trying to clarify against at the very end there. Honestly, I might have gone ahead and took him up on his offer to pay for my gas because gas is not cheap, let's be real. But I do agree that OP and the guy didn't actually really do anything wrong. They did assume and I guess when you assume you can do something else very easily, and it seemed to kind of fall right into that category for the guy here, but it really only ended up being more a funny story for OP and the employees, and a very embarrassing thing for the guy to lay in bed and think about at night. But with that being said, that's all the time we have for today. So, which of these stories was your favorite and why? Let me know in the comments down below. But besides that, if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing, and turn notifications on if you haven't so you'll never miss an upcoming video. Any little thing that you do helps the channel grow so much more. Whether it's commenting, subscribing, or just watching the video, thank you all so very much for supporting me right here on the Storytime channel. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all next time right here on the Storytime channel.